Okay, guys, this is the high end build, and for this high end build, I'm gonna say it's pretty dang expensive. As you see right here. Well, let's get into it, shall we? See, it's hurting me, making not making you, but mentioning even spending all this money. Anywho, let's get into it. All right, so for the all right, so for the case, we have the Cooler Master HAF High Airflow 932, which has one, two, three. I think I remember. I think pretty much three or four fans, which is a full tower instead of the mid towers that we've usually been building with, and it's pretty good. It's a very very good case. It's one of the best cases out there. One of the with highest reviews, numbers of reviews, highest great. It's great, durable, and everything. All right. So and as our motherboard, we're using a MSI P67A C43B3 LGA 1155 Intel P67 motherboard. Well, for the high end build, I chose to go with the Intels because at this high price range, this is where Intel usually begins to shine. Well, this is where Intel shines. And for the processor, this time we're using the Intel i5 2500K Sandy Bridge. We're running at 3.3 gigahertz at 3.7 turbo boost. However, and we're using the Cooler Master Hyper 212. I mean, it's the same process. I mean, it's the same thing. Come on now. Now, as at this level, now because of the MSI always packs the OC Genie, which you can just usually just push a button in the UEFI BIOS, and it'll overclock your Intel 2500K. And because of this, because the Cooler Master is going to be pretty much very safe to do anywho, because it's going to be a whole lot cooler than the than the what's the word I'm looking for, the fan and heat pipe things are already going to come with the 2500K. Although it will keep it cool anyway. It's going to be better with the Hyper 212, a whole lot better. For the RAM, we chose the same thing that we used in the last build, and it's going to serve you very very well. I'm a fan of G-Skill and probably will keep on buying them, buying products from them. That is, for the power supply. Ill. Bless you, Trey. We're using the OCD Mod Extreme Pro 700 watt modular high performance power supply. The reason we use this, first of all, the 2500K doesn't take as much power, so it's okay kind of to use the 700 watt, and it's going to cost a little bit extra money. But the thing is, it's going to be modular. So it's gonna keep high. It's gonna allow you to keep airflow at a pretty high state. I'm going to go ahead and say that, and it's gonna provide you a good amount of power. The 570, I'm like blasted sure that the 570 is not going to use that much. Is not going to run the 700 watt power supply that hard. So although it's a bit lower, it's also modular. So I guess that makes the I don't guess, I know. It makes the extra money that I think less. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. I guess you can go with that. Well, it's going to be cheaper actually, but it's going to save you a bit of money. So, what we have next is the whatever with the DVD drive and the we have a Western Digital Caviar Black 1 terabyte, which is going to run you $90, but it's also a terabyte of storage and 6 gigabyte per second. So it's going to make use of that 6 gigabyte per second SATA on the motherboard too. So in a way, it's worth it. Although you could have got like a SpinPoint F3 from I forgot who makes it, but for cheaper, it's also 6 gigabytes per second, which means it's going to perform a lot faster. So with that said, Oh, we also use the GE Force GTX 570, which is going to retail for 309, which is 329, and pound for pound for your money, that 570 is going to perform best. And it's also going to be cool as well. However, for overclocking, I suggest you hold off a bit on it. It really doesn't need it, so wait a bit to overclock, because it's going to be able to run everything out there on max settings pretty easily, except Metro 23, but hardly anything can run that. Well, so with that said, it's going to total up all the way up to 1,195 with 20, 40, 55, 75. So it's going to be $1,120, which is huge. This is a huge amount of money, especially for me, since I'm a low income kind of guy. So with that said, adios, peeps.